morning, Nigerians all over the world. This is Philip Inside. Please like, share, subscribe, and God bless you as you do so. Now, let's talk about what is happening in Nigeria, the way the government is negotiating with Fulani herdsmen and bandits, and refuse to negotiate with the agitators. Now, here we go. How it goes. It is what it is. The Fulani herders have now spread across the entire country except for Lagos, where they haven't yet made significant incursion. Everywhere else, from the north to the west and south, they have been destroying farms, killing people, and leaving a trail of devastation. Yet, despite this nationwide violence, no substantial action has been taken to address this issue. The Eastern region agitation for freedom. Meanwhile, the Igbo people in the southeast have been marginalized for decades. They have been repeatedly called for restructuring, equal rights, and more representation, but when that did seems feasible, their agitation become more direct. They started calling for independence, believing that the federal system doesn't serve their needs. nnamdikanu and this IPOB movement has been at the forefront of this, but instead of listening to their grievances, the Nigerian government choose to criminalize their efforts and label them as terrorists. nnamdikanu, who was merely speaking for his religion, has been held in captive for nearly 5 years. Disparity in treatments, yet the real terrorists, the Fulani herders, and the Boko Haram militants, who has wickedly havoc across the country, are still not treated with the same level of seriousness. They have been untouched, and the worst yet, some of them are even recruits into our Nigeria army, an army that's supposed to protect the citizens of Nigeria. Who can we feel safe when those causing harm to the country are being integrated into the very institution that are meant to defend us? The injustice of arresting agitator versus armed criminals. Now, why the Igbo people are calling for their rights and fighting for freedom, those pushing for their freedom are seen as enemy of the state. nnamdikanu, a leader fighting for his people rights, has been detained for years without trial, yet the government is negotiating, recruiting the very bandits and Fulani herders who are destroying lives across the country. The Constitution guarantees the rights of agitating for freedom, and yet those peacefully protesting for their rights are criminalized and treated as terrorists. Why the real terrorists and armed group get free pass? This isn't just wrong. It's just wrong. It is a completely breakdown of justice and fairness. The problem with negotiating with terrorists, by negotiating with bandits, Fulani herders, and terrorists, the government is essentially sending a message: violence pay off, and agitation for rights does not. what's the message to the average Nigeria? How can we feel confident in a system where those who engage in arms violence are rewarded, while those who peacefully demand their rights are punished? It is the double standard of is causing the breakdown of trust in the government. When you recruit people who have been responsible for killing and terrorizing the population, who can you expect peace? This only leads to more violence and division. What is the future of Nigeria? At this point, what hope do the people have in a system that negotiates with criminal but punish those fighting for their constitutional rights? The government's inability to address the real security threats and instead focus on negotiating with criminal only worsen the insecurity in the country. If we continue to ignore the growing violence of the armed headers, Boko Haram, and other militant groups, while criminalizing peaceful protest and freedom of expression, where those that live in Nigeria, what future do we have in this if this continues? Closing thoughts, Nigeria is at a crossroad, and the current path is one filled with injustice and inequality. The time has come for the government to take action, not just to protect the powerful, but to protect the people, the rights to freedom, the right to security, and the right to peace should be the foundation of every government responsibility. Until the government addresses this deep contradiction and starts putting the safety and rights of the citizen above the interest of armed group, the countries will continue to spiral into further chaos. This addition takes you concern and frustration and connects them directly to the borders, political and security dynamics in Nigeria, showing the stark contrast in how different groups are treated by the government. It also highlights the growing division between the people and the government, which is a significant factor in the increasing of instability. As to round this up, we all had, as many people have called, this is getting worse. They have called that the governments that are included in this terrorism, not all of them, but one way or the other, they are supporting it. Some of them, and the Nigeria refuse to pay attention. Even as we are talking, they also defend this particular headers in the House of Assembly, telling people to give out their land for free. That is the solution. And you are people that you want to give land that is already taking your life. When you are still contemplating if it will work or it will not work, now you're starting taking their life. What is their fate when they now give you the land? The killing continue. So it won't solve giving them the land. We fasting their this thing, their objection or the reason of their destroying life and properties. And the CDS, came out and said that it's only to give out your land that is what will solve the problem. If you don't give them Fulani their land, the problem continue. That is to say, they are not capable of solving the problem. And they are not talking about the arms these people are carrying to kill, but they're talking about giving out your land. How is that possible? And you criminalize people that is agitating that they are causing harm to their people. The people agitating is only in their region. They don't cross any other region. But the Fulani is going across the whole country. Only Lagos that have not touched, and they are coming. So I don't know why people are paying deaf ear and looking. I don't know. This is all about tribalism and hate. But the better we make this country, the better for all of us. If it's better for country, is better today, it's better for all of us. If it's bad today, it's bad for all of us. We better do the needful. Either we divide in peace or we live in peace. Thank you very much.